clarity is important. Like if you hold a clear mind, calm mind, जो जब होगा तब होगा, मतलब you don't take yourself seriously and you don't take life seriously, then I think there's no problem at all.
Good morning, everyone. I think it's a Friday, fabulous Friday morning. And the best part about this morning is, when I get to meet you guys at Thinkly, you guys are regular readers, जो हमारे community में आते हो, हम जो भी post लिख रहे हैं आप पढ़ते हो every single day, you give your inputs, and the love and affection that, this community has got from you guys in the last 3 weeks is really overwhelming. I mean, it's बहुत अच्छा लगता है and that's why we want to really push this community forward, bring you more people who are experts in the field. I think थोड़ा सा ना हमको लगता है कि हमको भी उन एक्सपर्ट से सीखना है and that is why we are bringing them. हमको इतना कुछ आता भी नहीं है. We are also learning like you guys are learning. And it's if you can just put your hi, आप कभी भी आए हो कभी भी join करे हो, just put a hi on the Thinkly app. And I'll be more than happy, to see how many of you guys are responding, kaisa hai, kya hai, and keep your comments flowing. I mean, keep your questions flowing. Now, with that, I will start with today's session. Now, today's session is very, very special for me because I'll tell you why. When I was, let me not say my age, but let's go back 5 years. And I was in a conference. एक कॉन्फ्रेंस में मैं गया और सब लोग वहां पैसे की बात कर रहे हैं बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज है. एवरीबडी इज टॉकिंग मनी, सबको पैसे का ही बात करना है. दिस इज वन गाय साइलेंटली कमिंग इन टी शर्ट एंड जीन्स, वेरी सिंपल मैन. एंड वेरी सिंपली ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाई यू नीड टू एंजॉय मनी, व्हाई यू नीड टू हैव योर हेल्थ इन प्लेस. बोला यार, सी वी हैव ऑलवेज बीन ब्रॉट अप विद द फैक्ट कि ठीक है हेल्थ का बाद में देख लेंगे, पहले पैसा कमा लेते हैं. ये हमारा ऑलवेज एक थॉट प्रोसेस रहा है. को लगा कि यार 20 से 40 45 तक घिसा के काम करो. 45 के बाद आपको जो चाहिए वो ठीक से हो जाएगा, नहीं होगा जो भी हेल्थ होगा वो टाइम पे इतना पैसा रहेगा कि वी विल गेट द बेस्ट ट्रीटमेंट. ये सारा वॉज माई थॉट प्रोसेस ऑल्सो. मेरा अभी भी थोड़ा थोड़ा है. इट टेक्स टाइम टू गो अवे. सो there's this man, talking about you need to enjoy money, you need to like really have a good health. I was fascinated by it. And then when आप बोलते हो ना कि आप किसी चीज को अगर दिल से चाहते हो तो पूरी कायनात पीछे लग जाती है आपको उससे मिलाने के लिए. I thought, one day I will, get to meet this man and we'll talk. So कुछ ना कुछ वैसे incidents हुए. And now I get, I have the privilege of working shoulder to shoulder with him on Jago Investor, for certain things. It's beautiful experience learning from him every single day. पहले मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि हम सिर्फ हेल्थ की बात इनसे सुनेंगे, अभी मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है हेल्थ और वेल्थ दोनों ही सुन लेंगे. Because he is, I want to really, bring out what he has taught me. And with that, I would love to have a welcome to Mr. Nandish Desai from Jago Investor, one of the most read blogs in this country. That is around 2.5 3 lakh, right, Nandish bhai?
We have around 6 lakh readers right now.
So every time I ask you one number, the number is significantly lower. So 6 lakh people were reading Jago Investor today. So Nandish bhai, I want to learn. I want the listeners to learn about your story. Please, talk to us how you came to health space from wealth and 6 lakh readers, reading what you are talking today. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Jinay. Thank you. So I think my journey started, in the area of fitness somewhere before COVID, I guess. So weight was increasing. I was very casual about my health. I used to keep paying money to all the health clubs. और वहाँ पे मतलब अगर हम साल का पैसा पे करते हैं तो डिस्काउंट मिलता है. तो I think I paid money to a lot of gyms in the past. And then one day I went to a gym, and that guy started showing me his gym. He said that आइए सर आपको मैं पूरा हमारा जिम बताता हूँ, हमारे यहाँ क्या क्या है. And then I told him कि भाई why are you showing me? I am already a member. And he said, "Sir, आपको कभी देखा नहीं?" I said, "Just check, my card would be there." And he uh, took out my card from that uh, place, and then he said that, "Yes, sir, आप तो already member है, but I've never seen you." So I told him I paid money on Friday, and I said that I'll come from Monday, but that Monday came after 3 4 months, So and then I realized that, see, this is how I am in the area of health. I'm so casual, like I'm just paying money, wasting money. And then what I realized was that I need a coach, in the area of fitness. I can't exercise on my own. I think human beings can't exercise on their own. You need a coach, somebody pushing your limits. And then I started working with a coach in that time. And then I have been consistent with my exercise since then. And I have always worked in the area of wealth since 2007, I guess. But then in the start, it was all about paisa kamana hai. So from first to 10, on 1 to 10, it was all money, money, money. But then I think I realized that no, I'm chasing the wrong thing. Money is important, but then health is actually our true wealth. We all have heard that health is our wealth, but we really don't take that great care of ourselves. And then I started working with a health coach. Then I also had a diet coach, who started guiding me on my diet. And then now it's more like a lifestyle. It's not like I'm not on diet anymore. It's a lot of fun now. I've added the element of fun into exercising, taking care of myself. And it's now part of my life, just. And I don't want to be a bodybuilder or a something, some six pack or something. No, I think a very normal, healthy lifestyle. That's what I've made a commitment to.
Nandish bhai, every time I've spoken to you, uh, there is always this element of coach. Why? Why coach for everything?
I think, Jinay, see, when performance matters, you need to have a coach. And there is one theory which actually came to me. I was sitting at my home in my garden, and I was just thinking, like, when I'll reach 60, सबसे important चीज मेरे life में क्या होगी? What will be the most important thing when I'll turn 60? So this theory actually came and hit me. I call it as a 3G theory, So it stands for having three gurus in life. So the first guru you need, or a coach you need, is in the area of health. Second, in the area of wealth. And third, in the area of your work, like your overall work, how it is growing, your work is nurturing you or not. And these three are like a tripod, So if there's any breakdown in one of the areas, the other two will lose its meaning. So let's say I turn 60, I'll have 100 crores with me, but my kidneys have failed. What will I do with 100 crores? Or my kidneys are fine, but then I have no money. Even that is not a great state to be in. And if my work has not been inspiring to me, then what kind of stories will I tell to my grandkids or people around me? So our work is like, it acts as a fuel, in our retirement years. It's very, very important that the work you do has to be inspiring. So I have got a business coach. I have a music coach. I learn guitars. I've got a music coach. I've got a diet coach, and I've got a fitness coach. So these coaches, and any area, I think wherever performance matters, I will go for a coach. I believe in this theory very, very strongly, because on your own आप 10 पुशअप तो कर लेंगे, लेकिन वो जो लास्ट 5 पुशअप होते हैं ना, वही रियल रिजल्ट्स होते हैं. एंड दैट इज व्हाट अ कोच मेक्स यू टू डू, हेल्प्स यू टू स्ट्रेच दैट लिटिल बिट. दैट इज वेयर द रिजल्ट्स आर.
So true. I mean, it's beautiful. I think I want you to also, elaborate a little कि जब आपने बोला कि when performance matters, a coach is necessary. I think, but why is it that we don't think about performance in so many areas of life? जैसे हम बस जिंदगी कट रही है वैसे काट रहे हैं. How did you come to that conclusion, and how do you talk to, how do you talk to your clients around it? Because they also are suffering from, that they don't think performance is that important other than job area or work area.
You will not believe, Jinay, but I used to tell people no. Like, I'll not take you as my client if you don't take care of your health. I'll refuse them. I'll not take you on board. I can't work with you if you can't work on yourself. Because why do you want to create 10, 20, 30 crores? आप यूज ही नहीं करने वाले हो. Okay. So I'll tell them, भाई तुम क्यों कर रहे हो ये सब? Why are you even spending money? You're investing. You don't need all these things. Just enjoy life. That's it. Like, this is not for you. So any interaction that I do, I think once, in all the calls that we do, health is always in the focus. I make sure that, uh, because in health and in wealth, compounding is always, in the background. Like, you don't become overweight that easily. It is all your calories have compounded, your fat has compounded, everything compounds. Money compounds, good work compounds. If you are gossiping about people, even that compounds, everything compounds. So compounding is everywhere. And I always tell people that, okay, you want to create wealth, fine, but then at the foundation is good health. You got to take care of that. It's very, very important.
I think that's brilliant. Also, what is happening? Jo आजकल the trend that I'm seeing, and then these are my first inner circle. They are very good in their work. 36, 37 के होंगे. Suffering from cardiac arrest. मतलब एक heart attack 35, 36 पे आ जाना. I think it's just too much. तो कहीं ना कहीं जो आप बोल रहे हो वो पैसा क्या मैटर करेगा उसको.
Yes, Janay. And what I feel is that stress plays a very, very important role in such kind of events that happens in life. Stress is more like a wear and tear on the body. Our vehicles have a wear and tear, and I think the more stress we take in life, it acts as a wear and tear. So and then it results into something. So what we see outside is a heart attack, but in the background is all the stress and neglecting the area of health. अभी नहीं, बाद में करेंगे. So I do sessions for retirement, people who are close to retirement, and most of them, they say that, नंदिश जी, पैसा तो बहुत कमाया लेकिन हेल्थ चली गई. आपको हमें पहले मिलना चाहिए था. आप जब हमने जॉब शुरू की तब मिलना चाहिए था. सो अब हम सोच रहे थे हमारी जॉब हमें सैलरी दे रही है और हमें बोनस दे रही है और हमें इंसेंटिव्स दे रही है, लेकिन हमें नहीं पता था कि चुपके से वो हमें ब्लड प्रेशर और डायबिटीज और एक सेडेंटरी लाइफ और ये सब भी दे रही है. सो आई थिंक इट्स वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी टेक केयर ऑफ आवर हेल्थ.
पर आप स्ट्रेस इज अ वेरी गुड पॉइंट जो आपने बोला. Why stress? क्योंकि आज देखो तो we all have are I mean better off than what we were back in the 90s, right? मतलब if I imagine my home in 90s, तो मेरे पास तो कलर टीवी भी नहीं था और आज 2-3 टीवी है ना, मल्टीपल स्क्रीन्स है, सब कुछ है. तो इतना स्ट्रेस आने का भी क्या कारण है? इट्स जस्ट अनबिलीवेबल एट टाइम्स कि हार्ट अटैक आ जाए.
Yeah, I think that's how it is, like, uh, it's becoming more and more complex. So आज जो हम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं हमें लगता है ये हमें काम आएगा, लेकिन वो कहीं ना कहीं हमारे अगेंस्ट चला जाता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, ऑनलाइन एप्स, इट इज इजी टू ऑर्डर, बट देन वो ऑर्डर कर करके एट द एंड तो हमारी हेल्थ ही खराब हो जाएगी. सो uh, so it's a complex world that we are living in, and you have to be really, really careful in what you are investing your time and energy and money into. क्योंकि अभी सब कुछ अवेलेबल है. आपको जो करना है, अच्छा लाइफ जीना है, तो वो भी अवेलेबल है. यू वांट टू डैमेज योर लाइफ, इवन वो भी अवेलेबल है. सो एंड देन पीपल वांट टू लाइक ग्रो वेल्थ फास्टर. कुछ शॉर्टकट्स चाहिए, कि कुछ मैं जल्दी कर लूँ, कुछ ये कर लूँ, वो कर लूँ, एंड देन इन दैट दे मेक ऑल द रॉन्ग डिसीजंस एंड देन दे सफर. सो आई थिंक क्लैरिटी इज इंपॉर्टेंट. लाइक इफ यू होल्ड अ क्लियर माइंड, काम माइंड, जो जब होगा तब होगा. मतलब यू डोंट टेक योर सेल्फ सीरियसली एंड यू डोंट टेक लाइफ सीरियसली, देन आई थिंक देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. Okay. So uh, that's how I live my life, like I'll not take anything that seriously. And I've learned that over a period of time. Like initially, even I used to get worried about, अरे ये क्यों हुआ, ये एक बहुत बड़ा client था, क्यों चला गया, we didn't get this business, that this didn't happen, that didn't happen. लेकिन अब मुझे लगता है कि it's okay. I mean, I got to face reality and be where I am, and somebody will always be ahead of me. Somebody will, always be at a in a state where I would love to be in. But that's okay. सबकी अलग अलग जर्नी है, सबके अलग अलग aspirations हैं, and everyone is doing their best, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're living in where I am living and you see Mukesh bhai, going, you feel like हाँ हमको भी वो चाहिए. So uh, let's stress is a very important conversation. I think the another important conversation जो आजकल मुझे लग रहा है is food. Now I'll tell you why. Now let me just create a little background around food. I have seen people here having first a very heavy breakfast in the morning. उसमें breakfast भी आपका पोहा होता है, उपमा होता है, कभी कभी इडली होता है, which is okay. So the breakfast comes at around 8:39. Then around 1 o'clock, they will have fantastically heavy oily food. मतलब I was just telling somebody yesterday while having food is कि the amount of oil that you are having per person, the rest of the people are having in group. And this is a fact. और वो ऑयली फूड खाने के बाद भी at 6 o'clock they will have some bhilpuri, sev puri, dosa, samosa, and then by 9 o'clock they again want to have dinner. And then we are talking about every third person having in India diabetes, and the joke that we all tend to make is कि ज्यादा testing होगा तो every second person हो जाएगा. I mean, क्यों है ये फूड हैबिट्स और क्या करना चाहिए, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली इट विल डैमेज.
Yeah, so सी हमारी जो टंग है, वो हम उसके ही गुलाम हो जाते हैं, सो हमारी जो जीभ जीभ है, सो टेस्ट जो चीज़ है, टेस्ट बर्ड्स जो है, सो वी वांट टू कंज्यूम, ये भी कंज्यूम करना है, वो भी कंज्यूम करना है, एंड देन we are not present, we are not conscious on what we are doing and how much we are eating. And so what I started doing was, like, I started measuring, like, what am I eating in a day, how many times am I eating in a day, what am I eating in a day. And what I've done is I've set some rules in my life, okay, these are my rules, I want to operate from certain rules, and I want to make sure that I'm not breaking my rules. So I will, uh, you know, I've started skipping my breakfast. I don't have breakfast at all. In lunch, I'll do some portion eating. Like, there is protein, there is carbs and fiber. More like a designed meal kind of a thing. And then in the evening, again, like similar kind of thing. But it will be different than what I will have in the lunch. So consuming less, it's becoming minimalist rather than ये भी खाना है, वो भी खाना है, कोई rule नहीं. Because initially that is how I was, like, कभी भी कुछ भी खा लिया, रात को कॉफी पी ली, कहीं बाहर निकले तो आइसक्रीम खा लिया, ये सिटी में ये अच्छा मिलता है, वो सिटी में वो अच्छा मिलता है. So it's like a never ending race that you get into कि मुझे सब कुछ एक्सप्लोर कर लेना है, मुझे सब कुछ खा लेना है. And I think once you start working on yourself, you realize that it's not about weight loss, it's not about food, it's not about all of that. It's about holding your own freedom for the longest you can. Like, for example, अगर मैं एक्सरसाइज नहीं करता हूँ और लेट्स से आई स्टार्ट हैविंग बैक पेन और माय लेग्स आर नॉट वर्किंग, सो समझ लो मेरा वो फ्रीडम चला गया. अब मैं जो आज चल सकता हूँ वैसे मैं नहीं चल पाऊंगा, ठीक है, या मैं आज जैसे दौड़ पाता हूँ मैं नहीं दौड़ पाऊंगा, or if I love tracking, then I'll not be able to go on a track. So for that freedom to stay with us, for the maximum time, we have to take care of our food, and the rule that I've set is whatever I'll put into my mouth has to be high in nutrients. Very simple. So whatever I'm putting in my mouth, it has to be high in nutrients. That is my first, like one of the rules that I have. Then I'll have portion eating, very, very important rule. Number three, I will not eat anything after 8:39. I'll not consume anything beyond that. And number four, I avoid eating outside food much. Like I don't do that, because then it's like, it's tempting. So I always tell my team, that weight loss or you're working on yourself and investments, it's almost same. Like once you start एंड देन लेट्स यू बिल्ड 5-10 लाख आपने बिल्ड कर दिया और फिर आपको लगता है कि चलो एक वेकेशन पे चले जाते हैं, एक आईफोन खरीद लेते हैं, ये यहाँ पैसा पड़ा हुआ है, रिडीम करके आईफोन ले लो. सो वो हो जाएगा. मतलब इट विल ब्रेक योर फाइट एंड लेग्स दैट यू हैव अक्यूमुलेटेड. एंड सेम हैपेंस इन द एरिया ऑफ हेल्थ कि हम कुछ कमिटेडली स्टार्ट करते हैं और फिर हमारे सामने कोई अच्छा सा स्वीट आ जाता है या कोई अच्छा सा खाना आ जाता है, हम फिसल जाते हैं. सो इनिशियली ऐसा होगा, बट देन यू वंस यू ट्रेन योर सेल्फ एट अ सर्टन लेवल, फिर ये थोड़ा धीरे धीरे कम हो जाता है.
I think you beautifully touched on one question that has come in from Lavanya. Ki example of neglecting physical well-being can have long-term financial consequences. So she wanted a little of an explanation. I'll just give an example. I think you'll be better off to build on that. So Lavanya, I have a very dear friend who lives in Bangalore, and I just touched upon his story. He is basically extremely rich, connected to politicians and all those people, very like the kingmakers, not the kings themselves. The kingmakers, very rich. This guy has worked in Dubai, Singapore, everywhere, and he's 38. Okay. And 38, and he suffered from two heart strokes in the last 3 months. Now he's got money, but every time the money gets drained out, 10, 15, 20, 50 lakh रुपया चले जाता है, because they then stay in top quality places. Now he is neglecting his long-term health because stress ज्यादा लेता है, काम ज्यादा करता है. उससे भी ज्यादा जो अभी what we just discussed is food habits उसका बहुत खराब है. When you are having whiskey at around 11:30 in the night and you feel that you can curb down at any age, or you are having non-veg or veg, but veg may be oily food, paneer, which is somewhere around 11, and then you are sleeping, doesn't go well with your gut. And when it doesn't go well with your gut, it drains your kidneys, it drains your liver, and it drains everything else. So, Nandish, if you can just, this is my experience, this is what I have seen him doing. थोड़ा if you can just touch upon कि स्टार्टिंग में जब भी हम हेल्थ निग्लेक्ट करते हैं वो कंपाउंड होता है. सी पॉजिटिव आल्सो कंपाउंड, नेगेटिव आल्सो कंपाउंड, राइट? तो नेगेटिव इतना कंपाउंड हो जाता है, फिर उसके बाद जो कॉन्सिक्वेंस आता है और फिर पैसा एक साथ उड़ जाता है. व्हाट हैपेंस आफ्टर दैट?
Jinay, so see, if you get hospitalized, with some health breakdown, उसका बिल अगर 5 लाख या 10 लाख आता है तो उसको पे करने में शायद 1 सेकंड लगता है. लाइक आपके कार्ड से वो फटाक करके निकल जाएगा. ठीक है. एंड so huge financial consequences. I mean, so see, when I ask my clients to buy health insurance, I tell them that you buy health insurance, but then you got to live a life in such a way that you never have to use this insurance. So people focus a lot on insurance, health insurance, but they don't focus on the word health much. Okay. So I tell them that you pay the premium, let somebody else use the policy and all, but you should never use it. Buy only with that commitment, not like एक दिन तो मैं बीमार होने ही वाला हूँ and I'm going to utilize this policy. That's a wrong way of, buying health insurance. Okay. And I've seen people spending their entire wealth on some or the other health breakdown. And I always feel that हमें जो बॉडी मिली है ना वो फ्री में मिली है. कुछ उसका पैसा हमने नहीं दिया है, स्टार्टिंग में फ्री में मिल गया है. और इसीलिए हम उसको अब्यूज करते हैं पूरा दिन, सुबह से लेकर रात तक हम उसको अब्यूज करते हैं. हम उसको टेस्ट करते हैं कि मैं तुम्हें अब्यूज करता रहूंगा, देखता हूँ तुम क्या करते हो. एंड देन वन डे द आंसर कम्स. So that is how it is.
The answer basically comes with a huge amount of check size. आपका check का size बड़ा कर देता है.
Absolutely.
I fully believe in this fact. एंड आई थिंक इट्स वेरी पावरफुल जब भी आप बोलते हो ना कि आपको हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस लेना है और उसको कभी यूज नहीं करना, सो यू हैव टू लिव योर लाइफ इन दैट वे. नाउ देयर इज ऑलवेज दिस क्वेश्चन, जो मरियम का भी यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन आया है, एंड आई आल्सो हैव दिस क्वेश्चन कि चलो पॉइंट ए टू पॉइंट भी डिसाइड हो गया, बीच के जर्नी when we started you spoke about performance, so performance is also about benchmarks to your own performance, previous performance versus future. So how do you ensure that you're on the right track? Of course, having a coach really makes a lot of difference. Also, let's say for somebody who doesn't have a coach right now, what sort of benchmark should they keep, and at what place they should also go for a coach?
Okay. So see, in the initial stage, you don't need a coach. You have to first see the first step to bring any change in any area is to accept that you're full of shit. I'm sorry I'm saying that, but you got to accept you're full of shit in the area of health. That is the first step. Okay. Because people start working on the health before accepting that they're full of shit. And if you do that, you never succeed. Number one. Number two, start very, very small. Make very, very small changes. Like in the investment world, I tell my clients, एक तुम सीधा वॉरेन बफे नहीं बन जाओगे, ठीक है? थोड़ा पहले यू बिकम better at something, and then go to the next level, and then you become a great investor. Similarly, in the area of health, start very, very small and make changes which are sustainable. Like you can sustain that. So whatever diet you are doing, it's sustainable. It's not like I'll do something for next 1 month, 2 months, and then I leave it. No, it has to be a permanent thing. So if you start, maybe start with walking, maybe start with, having a morning regime in place. Like I have a morning regime. Like I'll wake up and I've set a time. Okay, 7 to 8, I will work out. No matter what. So I'll work out, and I don't miss it, because if you miss it, that becomes your habit, and uh, body takes time to adopt things. Maybe you adopt things faster, but your body takes time. Give time to your body. If even if you slip back on a few days, it is okay. Again, bounce back, come back, make small, small promises, and start working on yourself. I think that is the best advice I would like to give. So start small, and then you know you have coaches all around you, like husband and wife. You can start supporting each other, or family members can start supporting each other. It's all about uh, building an environment in your house. Like my father, I used to eat sweets a lot, and now I don't eat much. So my father is like, अब तो तू नहीं खाता है, राइट? अभी तो थोड़ा थोड़ा चेंज हो गया है. मैंने, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. I'll taste something, but then I'll eat less because I want to enjoy sweets all my life. अभी बहुत सारा खा लूंगा और बाद में अगर कोई बोलेगा तुमको नहीं खाना है, I don't want to be in that situation. Okay, so I want to enjoy food all my life, and that is the reason why I'm putting restrictions on my eating. I don't want to do any kind of binge eating. And the other motivator that I have, in life is my kid. So my kid is 11 years old, and if I work out, if my wife, she's into exercise, so kids see all of that. They see that, what my parents are doing. Are they working on their body? How is it? And then when I run with my kid, I always win. And he's like, oh, and all his friends will say, your father is like, he runs very fast. He's fit. And I just want like to put the right seeds into his mind that better exercise and all these things are very, very important. Like take care of yourself, take care of your fitness, exercise every day. So we go swimming, I think 2 or 3 days in a week, and it's a good opportunity for me to be with my kid, spend quality time with him. So दोनों हो जाता है, मतलब आप थोड़ा वर्कआउट भी हो गया, स्विमिंग हो गया, and then also you can be with your kid. So that's how you can bring fun element into exercise, because majority log they stop exercising because it's not fun. It's like a burden. Oh, बहुत weight बढ़ गया है. You're not fitting in your clothes, and then uh, start exercising. So one of the goal that I had set was like fitting into my wedding clothes. Like how can I fit into that dress? And now I fit into that dress. So uh, I always tell people who get married that every year check whether you're fitting into this dress or not. Because that will help you. That will keep reminding you that you have to take care of your weight and the overall fitness health.
I think it's so true, and really you hit the nail. But I'll tell you off lately what is happening in whatever we are seeing. कि कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है ना कि देयर इज ऑलवेज दिस फीलिंग दैट कम्स कि आप यार हेल्थ की बात करते हो, करना है, ऑल गुड। कभी कभी वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, कभी वो फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेस, फाइनेंशियल बर्डन आपको थका देते हैं, सो वो आपको हेल्थ के एरिया में काम नहीं करने देते। व्हाट डू यू डू देन?
Jin, I understand. See, I know a lot of young people. They leave their house and they're living in a new city, different city. Lunch and dinner is like a struggle to manage at times. Nobody's there to take care of them. Uh, but then see that's we can't use that as an excuse. Like we have to, whatever is your life situation, good, bad, manageable, not manageable. But then your health is your priority. You can't escape कि बहुत सारा बर्डन है, बहन की शादी करानी है, घर लेना है, तो मैं अभी मेरा हेल्थ का ध्यान नहीं रखूंगा. नो. So I understand it's tough, it's not easy. So there are people working in our office, and I know how hard it is for them to manage. But uh, you have to figure out something. Some changes, something has to happen. And now uh, in my office, like everyone has started taking care of their health in some or the other way. The uh, processed food that everyone was consuming, they've reduced, and some small changes I can see in them.
So, folks, if you are anytime visiting our Jago Investor Ahmedabad office, you will not see processed food. Never. I have not seen that in the last 1 year. In fact, lassi bhi or kuch bhi aata hai, so it comes from me. Others are not even having that. This I don't know whether they love it or not having it, but I think it's a great habit that they've really cultivated and they're enjoying. एक जो one key factor ना नंदेश भाई, we I had heard from you very long, I think 6-8 months back. It really touched me. जो अभी when you are sharing it is coming to me. As we grow older, we stop having fun. तो आप फन ही नहीं लेके आ रहे हो आपके हेल्थ के एरिया में, आपके फाइनेंशियल एरिया में. यू आर नॉट एंजॉइंग योर वर्क, यू आर नॉट एंजॉइंग योर लाइफ, यू आर नॉट एंजॉइंग गेटिंग अप आउट ऑफ द बेड एवरी मॉर्निंग. What happens? Because when we look at Avian, so Avian is Nandish Bhai's son who's 11 years old. Avian is full of energy. वो सुबह को जाएगा, फुटबॉल खेलेगा, खेलने के बाद वो स्कूल जाएगा. आफ्टर कमिंग बैक फ्रॉम स्कूल he'll again play football, then he'll play cricket, then he'll have food, then he'll again play something. In the middle, the parents have to really get to him to finish his homework, and then he will see. So he also has 24 hours. We also have 24 hours. The amount of energy and the fun that Avian is having, वो 11 से लेके वो हम जब 30s में या 40s में हैं, वो फन कहीं खत्म हो गया है. So
Absolutely, Jinay. So see, the only difference between kids and us is that kids see everything as a game. They see life as a game. They see everything as a game. And as adults, we see everything as goals and targets. And जो भी अभी हमें सुन रहे होंगे या देख रहे होंगे, so in their company, the word game is not used. Only targets, sales, targets, income, bonus, incentives. So it's not fun. It's all these things that. So So they see everything as a game, kids see everything as a game. And that's the thing that we can bring into our life. Let's see life as a game. Let's see our work as a game. Let's see even fitness as a game. And then if it's game, it's always fun. I think game and fun go together. And uh, so and being more with kids is very, very important. Like, be more with kids. You will learn how they have fun. It's amazing. Like, you just give them maybe some bottles to play with, and they'll create some game out of it. Or anything. You give them anything, they'll convert it into a game. Maybe uh, you know a football, with no air in it, but they'll still play football with it. So they will always have fun with anything that you give them to. Okay. So I see my work as a game. My company is like a game. And then I'm a player, and then I have a scoreboard, and then I have some tools to play with, and then I have clients, everything. Like, it's always a game. And then uh, I got to keep enjoying it. I got to keep enjoying it to the fullest, because I feel that if I'm not enjoying something, then I'm not doing it right. Maybe I should not be doing that. So fun is very, very important. Bring fun into into the area of health, your work, finances, everywhere. I understand, like, there are certain situations which are tough to handle. Somebody must be thinking right now, अरे ये तो बोल रहा है, ये मेरे बॉस को नहीं जानता है, वो कितना बुरा आदमी है. Or somebody must be thinking, अरे ये ठीक है, वो मेरे पापा मम्मी को नहीं जानता है, बहुत खतरनाक किस्म के लोग हैं. So I understand all these things are there, but then we have a life to live, and then if we start playing it as a game, then it compounds. It helps us to go to the next level. So I learned that from kids, how to have fun. And I request all of you to do the same, like, spend more time with kids.
So in the last 35, 40 minutes that we have been live, I want to tell the listeners today, Nandish Bhai has not used the word success at all. He's only used game, he's only used fun, and he's only used enjoy. But जो questions आ रहे हैं, there are a series of questions are coming in. I see only one thing कि हम financial success के साथ health का success कैसे लाएं. And when you were talking all this, मेरे को वो दिखा कि there's an obsession to success. इसका क्या कर सकते हैं? That's not letting you have fun, right?
See, Jinay, when we were kids, all we wanted was a bicycle. एक bicycle मिल जाए, मेरा life set हो जाएगा. Then we grew up, and then it's like, एक girlfriend बन जाए ना तो life बन जाएगा, हो गया, मतलब मैं तो set, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए मुझे. ठीक है. And then it's like, one job, I find one job, I'll be happy. But now in that same job, you have complaints on, my boss doesn't listen to me, people don't, you know, understand my talent, and they don't value me, and all of that. And then it's like, एक घर हो जाए, एक ये हो जाए, एक वो हो जाए. So uh, see, the fundamental thing is, we are not here to accumulate, and it's a never ending game. Okay. And just imagine if this success thing is taken out, and there is no pressure of success, then we'll play wonderfully. Like, see, if there's a player going on the ground thinking, मेरे को तो ना end में मेरे life पे एक movie बनना ही चाहिए मेरे life पे, तो he'll not be able to play at all. या मेरे को इतना award तो मिलना ही चाहिए. No, I mean, without that, if he goes and gives his 100% to the game, then maybe one day a movie will be made on him. Okay. Or an actor who is like, no, I should get a lifetime achievement award, our movie should win an Oscar award. With that pressure, he'll not be able to make a wonderful movie. So we are humans, and we will have aspirations, and we want to go to the next level, we want to improve the quality of our life, and we want to help, we want to give the best to our family and all of that, but not with pressure. Let's put that pressure aside and play fully. Like, okay, whatever work that I have in front of me, how can I have fun with it? How can I, it can be doing dishes or anything. See, if you don't love doing dishes, I think you will never, love creating wealth. It has to be the same thing, like whatever, anything, any smallest of the thing. You got to have the same kind of energy to it. Otherwise, with pressure, overall, uh, forget success. You'll not even have an average kind of a life because it weighs you down. All this pressure it weighs us down. Very, very important to understand.
Yeah, I mean, and kitna pressure. The level of pressure people are taking off lately is जैसे कुकर की तरह फटते भी हैं फिर बाद में से ठंग करके.
I'll tell you, Jinay, something, because I work in the area of money. So I've seen people, they worry so much about retirement, they die before retirement. There's one doctor I was working with, and I saw in his cash flow some 10-15,000 of expense he was making every month on medicines. So I was like, अरे यार तुम डॉक्टर हो, तुम खुद क्यों इतना मेडिसिन पे खर्चा करते हो? And while having interaction with him, I could see that there was some 2035 goal which he was very attached to. Like, this has to happen no matter what. And he was diabetic. And I told him, we are will not do any further call on this. The only assignment that you have is for the next 2 months, forget this 2035 goal. Let's be in the year that we are into. I don't want you to even think about this 2035 goal. You are over attached, over obsessed, and goals are like a double edged sword. It helps you, but then it can also kill you. And right now, that goal is killing you. Just understand that. So he said, नहीं नहीं यार बहुत important goal है. अरे नहीं उसको भूल जाओ. And you reach that point, you don't have money, I'll give you money. Don't worry. But I don't want you to think about that goal. So 2 months, no conversation about that goal, nothing. I said, भूल जाओ उसको. कुछ जो भी करना है, you listen to music, whatever you love doing, create your love to do list. Small things. Just make your love to do list. Don't think about this 2035 goal. And 2 months down the line, his diabetes went down. Like when he got it checked, it went down. And he's like, oh my God, like I was thinking of this. I said, तुम 2035 तक रहते ही नहीं, समझ लो ये गोल होने वाला ही नहीं है. The kind of load that you are taking around this goal. So हमें डर लगा रहता है कि पैसा खत्म हो गया तो I need more money. So you are having exactly the amount that you need today. That's it. Like no more, no less. You have everything right now. I always feel that if your hands and legs and eyes and basic intellect is in place, you're the richest person on the planet. And this is your true wealth, and you got to take care of your body. Very, very important, because your body is a place for you to see the world. Your body is a place for you to experience new things in life. So if that gets damaged, then the game is over. Like then you can't experience the world, you can't see the world, you can't experience the world. That's the vehicle that you have.
I think so beautifully you answered one question that had come from Samir. समीर का यही था कि life stages bring different financial priorities, saving for a house or saving for retirement. And he wanted some insights on how to prioritize health spending along with other financial goals of different stages of life. Correct. I mean, he was. So, Samir, this is, if I have to just summarize in a very different way for you, is stop worrying. I mean, create a plan and stop worrying. That's it. You don't need to. I don't know. What is health spending to you, Nandish bhai? I don't understand health spending.
See, it's always health investing. It's not health spending, number one. Number two, worrying, I see, is like misuse of imagination. Worrying is like misuse of imagination power that we have. So uh, instead of worrying about how will this happen, how will that happen, uh, I think we got to we got to face reality and start taking small steps. I think that is what is in your hands. You can't do much about anything in life. You can only the only access to results in life is actions. You have to take actions. So even in the area of fitness, like, you don't need fancy clothes, shoes, nothing. I mean, all you need is that 1% extra commitment, that little 1%. So in the morning, you wake up, or the alarm rings, and then what happens in that moment? I know आपका हाथ नहीं जाता है उस अलार्म पे, किसी और का हाथ जाता है और वो उसको बंद कर देता है, और आप फिर सो जाते हो, और वो स्नूज होता रहता है और फोन ना गाली नहीं दे सकता, अदरवाइज फोन आपको एक दो गाली भी दे देता कि रोज मेरे को सेट क्यों करता है जब तेरे को कुछ करना ही नहीं होता है, तो राइट. सो you know th- that's what it is, like that extra commitment. It's not about spending a lot on fitness. You don't need anything extra, no gym, nothing. I think I see this world as a treadmill. This world is like a treadmill. You can walk thousands and thousands of kilometers. This world itself is like a treadmill. And when I run, in the morning I was at gym, so when I run, the best thing about fitness is it's your me time. You spend time with your own self, and I get some amazing ideas. I get amazing ideas about life, about my business, anything, like something new. Something new opens up when I'm running and when I'm with my own self, or I'm walking, or just being with my own self. And more than investing into health and all, it's more of movement, like bringing back movement in our life. Why kids are not obese? Because there's a lot of movement they do. They move. And see, now we have Swiggy and Zomato and all of this, but years back, people used to go out, run, hunt, get some food, and then eat. That is the system that they used to have. Now we don't do that. Now it's all available. So we don't, that movement is gone. So just check your daily steps. It has to be like minimum between 5 to 7,000. Very, very important. In between, takes little breaks if you're constantly in front of computer. These are all like very, very basic things. Now, you may not realize in the start when you're young, but धीरे धीरे वो ऐसा लगने लगता है कि यार, headache and this and that, and everything starts later on. So I'll take little bit breaks in between. कुछ और कर लिया, because slow down. I think it's very important to slow down. आराम से.
Absolutely. I think slow down is the biggest advice for today's day and age. Rashi is asking, for a role model that, who successfully balanced financial success. So for me, because I'm a cricket buff, and for me, it's always been Dhoni. At 42, that level of hand-eye coordination, staying in the field for such a long time. Money to he has, I mean, so many cars, amazing collection of bikes, good. And I think, Nandish bhai, when I draw parallels from what you said and about, my role model, MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli. So at least MS for that instance has never really taken the pressure of success. He's only worked what, he needs to do. Whereas, people like Kambli or other these, they were talented enough, but they could not, they were taking too much pressure. So that's what happened. Now that is for me. Who for you is that sort of a role model when you look at, financial and health both done very well?
uh Jinay, honestly, there is no such role model that I have, because see, all these celebrities and the people we see on screen or something, we don't know them personally. See, we don't know actually what they're doing or how they're living. We don't know that. It's just a perception that we have ki, Amitabh Bachchan must be like this, or Dhoni must be like this, or Sachin must be like this. We don't know them really. We don't know their world really. Okay. Uh, but yes, if there's any video which they've created to inspire, or they're working on themselves, then I do watch that. I do watch that, like, yes, they're operating from discipline. So it can be any player or anybody, but then I like that discipline element from them. They're working on themselves. It's boring, like when you work on yourself, it's boring. Wealth creation is boring. Health formation or working on your health is boring. Like every day you have to take pain. You have to go through something. You have to make your 1 hour hell, but then it adds more life to your life. So uh, even like I got a chance in 2018 and 19, I got a chance to be with Warren Buffett in the same room in US. And he, at that time, he was what, like some 88 or 87 or something. And then from morning till night, he's jumping on the stage. And what I could see that he's holding his life force at a very high level. At 87, he's thinking long term. मतलब हमारे यहाँ तो 60 65 70, इट्स लाइक अरे बहुत हो गया, इससे ज्यादा मेरे को नहीं जी मैं नहीं जीने वाला हूँ. And at 87 is thinking long term. So anything that, I'll take inspiration from anybody that I meet in life. I'll just see यार इसके अंदर क्या अच्छा है, मेरे को सीखना है. So I learn from Jinay, I learn from Warren Buffett, I learn from Virat Kohli, I learn from anybody. Something that I come across. Okay, this guy is doing some work on himself or herself and holding life force at a higher level. That inspires me always.
So basically, it's not the person, it's the quality
It's the quality. It's the quality.
that is what matters. I fully agree because at 87, Warren is jumping in the Berkshire Hathaway meeting. At 92, he takes money from Japanese banks and invests in Japanese businesses. He takes money on negative interest rates, so the banks has to pay him 2% every year for the money he has taken and makes 30% return. So if actually his return is 32%, and then he opts for saying, okay, I'm not pulling money out, so don't tax me so much. So I think that is when your life force is that high, you can come up with at 92, you can redefine the way investing in India, investing in the world works, right? I mean, so those are the key points that that really make a lot of difference. कि आपको health हो या finances हो, your life force needs to be at the top notch, isn't it, Nandish?
Absolutely, Jinay. And you need to be a good student of life. Just look around people, what are they doing? What are they eating? You'll find some people in your office who are little health conscious. Be more with them, have interaction with them, take their guidance. You'll find people in your life who are good in the area of money. Go have conversation with them. हम हमेशा हमारे ईगो में रहते हैं कि मेरे को सब आता है, मैं तो बहुत शाना हूँ. बट इट्स नॉट ट्रू एट ऑल. यू देयर सो मेनी पीपल you can learn from. Go have an interaction. Like today you are listening to me or Jinay. Like you can go and listen to so many other people and learn from them. It's all about learning. It's a very, very constant process.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think with that, Nandishwar, we are nearing the end of
Sure.
today's podcast. I think I'm so grateful that I've learned so much today from you. And of course, every conversation that I have with you, whether we are driving to in Ahmedabad or we are driving in Mumbai or we're driving to Gandhinagar, wherever we are, this sort of healthy conversation is amazing. And that was my entire intention for today to, also let the listeners or the world understand that you can have multiple opinions and still not fight with each other. You can still learn from each other. And in today's day and age, the one thing that I see which is going down significantly over the last many years has been that I think one thing that really works is the friendships. These are your stress busters. These are your, whatever you eat with your friends. Like when we are together, the way we eat, that is like Kumbhkaran 6 महीने का जागा. That is how we eat our dinners. But the next day we are so fresh. कभी ऐसा नहीं लगता कि इतना ज्यादा खा लिया और उसके बाद भी वी आर टायर्ड द नेक्स्ट डे, नो वे सो मच इन एनर्जी। तो वो जो लाइफ फोर्स बनता है, वो जो फ्रेंडशिप्स है, वो जो रिलेशनशिप्स हैं, आई थिंक for me those matter. And the way you've also touched upon the fact कि जो हेल्थ है, आपको स्ट्रेस नहीं लेना, and then your food and everything, very very powerful, and really thank you for taking your time out today and giving us this beautiful nuggets. Everyone has enjoyed. There are so many comments, that they've really, I think there is, like, Deepa also agrees with you जहाँ पे आप बोले ना, we don't know celebs personally, so uh, just she's also seeing them age so gracefully, so that makes her understand of how they take care of their health. And so
Absolutely. What she said is perfect. Like age gracefully and accept it. No need to take the pressure of looking good. You want to look good in the world. सी आप जितने भी अच्छे लगते हो, एक दिन तो लोग जला देंगे आपको, और या एक दिन आपके ऊपर मिट्टी डाल देंगे। तो चाहे जितने भी अच्छे लगते हो, उससे कोई मैटर नहीं करता है। लिविंग अ गुड लाइफ, a good healthy lifestyle is very very important. And we didn't mention about one example, but it is of Mr. Rakesh Junjunwala. So if you read, we have written one article on him on our blog Jago Investor. You find a time, go and read that. But he had like 40,000 crore, but then health balance went down. So your bank balance is huge, but then your health balance goes down. So then what happens? So then you are in a soup. You can't do anything. You can't reverse it. Gone is gone. You can't do anything about it. Okay. So just make sure that there's a balance between health and wealth. And uh, these are not goals, these are more like conversations to be in. So just be into this conversation of how you can become better, and keep going to the next level, your own game, elevating your own game. That's it.
have fun and keep moving around. I mean, don't be depressed, and being a couch potato will not only deteriorate your health, but your finances will also be gone. You are ordering from Zomato that has high calories, and then you are diabetic, and your doctor is taking away a large chunk of whatever you've made in life. I think
Absolutely.
very powerfully. So with that, let's end today's session. I think it was
Sure, sure,
fantastic.
sure.
And we are going to have a second round also, because कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है यार, conversations are never ending. I'm very sure the readers are also feeling the same. So
Definitely, Jinay. I'm
yeah,
always available if you want to do any session in the future. Maybe I can share more on exactly what I do and some more structures around health that I've built. So I'll be happy to share all of that. And thank you so much for having me, Thinkly, and thank you so much, Jinay.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Take care, everyone, and take good care of your health and wealth. Thank you so much. Bye.